the radio announced that Schuschnigg said, "Go home, no, we shouldn't have a bloodshed."
So where were you?
I was downtown
With Mother?
with Mother, and we demonstrated, like all the Jews, with the Austrians who don't want to accept Hitler. And we yelled Heil Schuschnigg, and they yelled Heil Hitler. And police was just in between. And just like when Schuschnigg announced we should go home and don't have any bloodshed, the police took out, what they call it on the arms?
Armbands?
Armbands, and put them on with a swastika. So we know exactly where we are standing. And we turned and went home. And when I came home, that reminds me, I start tearing up all papers, where I have the address of the kids and of the members.
Oh, your friends in the Hashemer
Yeah,
you started shredding the paper?
And put them in the fireplace. I burnt all night fire. It was in the kitchen, I think. We don't have an open fireplace like here, but I burned all the papers.
You did?
Yeah, because I was afraid. I expected something will happen. They will pick me up or so, which they did.
Now you were a leader, so that's why you expected that?
Yeah, sure.
So they were aware?
The lists.
They knew who you were?
Well,
the police or the Nazis?
The police was known because I got from the police headquarters an authorization that I'm the leader of the Hashomer Tzair, and I was called sometimes to the police to declare people they had arrested.
Now, after Hitler came in 1938, when was that? When in 38?
It was, I think, in March.
March of 38.
Yeah, sometimes. And it was on a Friday, I remember.
So.
And I think, kind of remember, I was picked up 8 days later.
You were arrested?
Yeah, early in the morning.
What happened? Tell me what happened that day.
Well, I think it was 6:30 in the morning. There came 2 detectives from the city police, from the regular police department, came up to our apartment and picked me up and asked me, they want to ask me a few questions now in the police headquarters. And I should come with them. And I went with them. I asked them if I have time for breakfast, and they say, yeah, you better eat because we never know how long it takes. Because they were friendly. They had known me from before, as I said, because I was with the police headquarters.
So these weren't German Nazis.
Austrian.
These were German or Austrian police.
Austrian detectives. They turned me over to a couple Gestapo. SS. And these 2, they took me then to the jail. And there were other Jews there. And then they called me and they took me out and brought me for interrogation, for, how shall I say, for questioning. And we stayed there till evening, till it got dark, and then they took us with the police cars to a school in the 20th district, Karl-Meisel-Gasse. What's Karl-Meisel-Gasse? Karjangasse. That's where Mother lived. And she lived in the 20th district. And they converted, it was an elementary children's school, and they converted it into a jail. So they brought them from different direction, police.
Now, were these all Jews that they brought?
All Jews.
This was 8 days after the Anschluss.
Yeah,
said.
about approximate. At the same day, I had with mother an appointment to get her a marriage license. And she needed her mother because she was not of age. She was 18, I think, 18 or 19. And the mother had to co-sign, you know. But I didn't show up. She was disappointed, but you know, at that time it doesn't matter. She called up our house and they told her that I was picked up. But they didn't know where I was because they took the people not all to the school. They took them sometimes to the police headquarters or the headquarters from the Gestapo. You know, they didn't take. So they didn't know where they took me. My sister went down and find out where they took me, and they wouldn't tell her. They say they don't know.
So then you were there at the school, quote, jail for how long?
Oh, how long was it there? I think about 1 week.
What did you do there? Just sit?
Well, I didn't sit because you always ask for volunteers, and I volunteered.
To do what?
They brought truckloads of hay and straw to make bedding for the people, and I volunteered to go with the fork and get it get it in the basement.
Now, were you questioned at all during this time when you were there?
No, only one time arrived the Gestapo chief from Bavaria, and they announced it. And anybody has anything to say should step forward, and I stepped forward.
So what did you have to say?
So I I came in then, and there were a few strong big fellows, and he asked me what I want, and I told him, as if I would be like a member of their party, and I told him, unser Führer. The Führer wants, I didn't say even Hitler, I said the Führer wants to get rid of the Jews. I'm a Jew, and I'm a leader of the Jewish youth, and if you let me go, I take a whole bunch with me and we're leaving Austria, if you let me go. So it impressed him, my courageous talk, and he said to me, all right, I give you 8 days that you leave Vienna and Austria. Then I started dickering with him. I asked, I asked him that I can't leave Austria. I have to get a release from the army. I want to get married. And, you know, so it will take me more than, you know, he wanted to give me 8 days. And he yelled at me and said, if I don't shut up, I come with the rest to Dachau tonight. So I shut up. I know they went the train every night to Dachau.